Good afternoon. Today, I wanted to demonstrate to you how to use Excel to run descriptive statistics. Now, we've done a bit of theory in class, and then my group have demonstrated to you how to use Excel to compute descriptive statistics. However, I thought I should record a session and then put it in now, so that at least those of you who were not around, or those of you who have forgotten the steps that we went through, you can go back and then look at them and then know how to run the descriptive statistics. Now, you need to know how to run descriptive statistics and interpret the results, because we've already done the theory in class. You can go through the what do you call it, the slides, and then you can update your knowledge on some of the things that we've done. Now, first of all, before you run descriptive statistics in Excel, there are different approaches that you can use. However, I'm going to just focus on using the analytical ToolPak approach, which is easier. So if your data set is huge, you can use that approach. There are other methods that you can use by using the formula. You type equal sign and then do the formula, which we've done a bit in class. But let's focus more on the data analytical ToolPak. So, for example, if you want to use the data analytical ToolPak now, the data analytical ToolPak by default is not activated in Excel. Normally, when you open your data, you click on data. Okay, this data here. You click on this data here. Now, when you click on data here, just look on the top right-hand side corner. If the data analytical ToolPak is activated, you will see data analysis here. But in my case, it's not activated, so I need to go and look for it and activate it. Now, so I'm going to show you how to activate it, and then we'll use it to run the descriptive statistics. So to activate the analytical ToolPak, first of all, you need to click on File. This is the file. This file on the top left-hand corner, you click on the file. Now, when you click on File, it gives you the option to see, depends on the Office that you have. If you have older versions of Office, maybe before 2000, around 2013, then you straight away see options here. But in my case, I'm using Office 365. So it's giving me another option that's more. So when I click on the more, then I have different options here, but I need this particular one, this option. I need this option. So as I said, if you have older versions of Office, the moment you click on the file, you see your options straight away, and then you just click on options. Now, when you click on options, this dialog box will appear. So ensure that you look on the left side of the variables here. We are more interested in add-ins. Add-ins, this one, add-ins. We are more interested in, because that is where the analytical ToolPak is hidden. So we double click it, or we click it once, and then it will open another dialog box. Now, what we are interested in, we wanted to make sure that after clicking on the add-ins, we can see manage Excel add-ins. Ensure that you can see this, and ensure that Excel add-ins is selected. Now, there are other things which is here, but ensure that Excel add-ins is selected. Now, when you are satisfied that Excel add-ins is selected, you click on Go. Now, when you click on Go, this dialog box will appear. Now, so you can see that there are different analysis ToolPaks that are here. We are interested in the first one, which is analysis ToolPak. However, we have others. We have Solver, which is used for optimization of data. Then we have another analysis ToolPak, VPN, which is used for other program microns and things. But we are not interested in those ones. We are only interested in the first analysis ToolPak. So we check this one. The moment you check it and you click OK, straight away, if you click on data, you see that straight away it has put the data analysis ToolPak on the top right-hand side here. That is what we are interested in, and we are going to use it to do our analysis. Good. So this is my data which I got online. It's a data of make of cars, the model, the color, the mileage they have traveled, the cost, how much it costs to purchase their used cars, how much it costs to buy the car, and then how much we sold the car, and then this is the profit margin that we made. Now, so we wanted to run, what do we call it? We wanted to run uh, 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 the descriptive statistics. So now to start, I'll start with the mileage. Then after that, I'll run the whole variable. So I'll start with only one variable. Normally, as I've already told you, before you can analyze any data, you need to, after you've collected the data has to be cleaned and then prepared. So this data has been cleaned and prepared. That's why you can see all the variables to be analyzed on the top. So normally, always when you prepare your data, ensure that the variables to be analyzed is on top of the columns. So let's get start cracking with the analysis. So to do analysis, you click on the data analysis here. Now, when you click on the data analysis, this dialog box will appear. Okay, this dialog box will appear. Now, like I said, Excel is also a strong, a powerful tool for analysis, but most of the analytical tools are hidden. Because we've activated the analysis ToolPak, we have different analysis ToolPak that we can use, like ANOVA, we can do correlation, we can do covariance, descriptive statistics, we can do forecast, exponential smoothing forecasting, we can run histogram, we can do regression, we can do a lot of things. However, for today's session, we are more interested in descriptive statistics. So I'll select the descriptive statistics. After selecting it, then I'll click OK. Now, this dialog box appears. Now, this dialog box gives us a lot of information. The first is the input range. So the input range is telling you that the data you wanted to run is descriptive statistics. You need to select the data here. Then whether you want the results to appear in columns or you want the results to appear in rows. Now, I want the results to appear in columns because that's the default setting. Now, for our data, these are the labels: make, module, color, mileage, price, cost, cost, and profit. Now, so we select the labels, then we need to check these labels here. So I'm going to select the labels also because I want to know which variables I'm computing the descriptive statistics. So I'll check this one here, and then also I'll be checking the summary statistics because that is what we are interested in. Give us the summary of the statistics. And then we want the data also, the results or the output to be on a new sheet. So it will open a new sheet and then to put the results there. However, if we want the results to be on this sheet, we select this one. Now, I will not select the result. I won't put the results on the same sheet because it will crowd the whole what do you call it sheet. So I'll put it on a new sheet. Now, this if largest and then if smallest, it just gives you the minimum data and then the maximum data. So the minimum mileage and then the highest mileage. Now, I won't use them because the descriptive summary statistics will give us those information. It will give us the minimum and the maximum, so we don't need to do that. So now let's go ahead and then select the data that we wanted to run the descriptive. As I said, we'll start with the mileage. So I'll put my cursor here. So my cursor here, and then I'll select this data. Okay. Now there are different ways to select it, but this is because this data is not many, so I just select it. I've selected it with the label, so that's why I check this label here. After you are satisfied with everything, you just click OK. Now, so you can see that it has run the descriptive statistic for the mileage. So it's giving me the mean of the mileage, it's giving me the standard error, it's giving me the median. Now, we've done most of these things in class. So if you've forgotten what they are, you can check the slides in class. Then the mode, which means there's no mode, that's why it's giving not applicable. Then the standard deviation, then the rest of, you see the maximum, and then the minimum, the range, like doing a kurtosis, skewness. That shows how the data is crowded from the when you plot a normal distribution curve. Now, so this is how the descriptive statistics is run in Excel. Now, as I've said, you don't copy this and dump it in your report. No, when you do that, I'll penalize you for that, or because it's not appropriate, because we don't need all these things in our assignment. So after you've run the analysis, you need to create another table and then put the variables. So let's say variables here. So this is what we did here. It's mileage. Then you put your minimum, maximum, mean, media, and then standard deviation. Okay, so all that you do is that you just come here, you copy your minimum figure here, just put it over there. You copy your maximum figure here, just put it here. Ensure that if you are using a specific number of decimal places, if you want decimal places, ensure all your data is one decimal place. If it's two decimal places, everything is two decimal places. So now you copy the mean, okay, copy the mean, okay, so I'll put my mean over here, then the media, I'll copy the media here, okay, media here, and then I'll copy my standard deviation, which is here. Now, you can see that the data has got two decimal places, some have got more decimal, and this hasn't got. So you need to ensure you format the data to be uniform. So I want to make it two decimal places. So I highlight all the data and then right click, and then I come to format cells. Okay, format cell. Then I say number. I want two decimal places. You see, so I select two and then click OK. So it took two decimal places for me. That makes it 9. So if you have another variable, let's say cost, you put the cost over there. If you have another price, you put it there. If you have another variable, let's say profit, then you enter the data over there, and then you copy this, put it in your report, and then you do your interpretation. Okay. So this is how to run the descriptive statistics for only one variable. Now, what about if we wanted to run the descriptive statistics for all the variables? So we go ahead and then say, click on the data analysis. The dialog box appears. Now, because we've already used the descriptive statistics, it's already selected. So we click OK. Then now, we now select the variables that we are interested. So we wanted to select all this. We select all. There are different ways of selecting it, but this data set is not many. That's why I select it. Now, because I've already checked the labels and then the summary statistics, everything is in place already. So I just click OK. You can see that it's run the analysis for all the variables. This is very interesting. Now, so this is how we use Excel Analytical ToolPak to run descriptive statistics. In the next session, which I'll do another video, I'll use SPSS to run the same analysis so that you know how to do it both in SPSS as well as in Excel. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope this will be helpful for your assessment, because in your assessment, as I said, it's likely you may be given a data set, and one of the requirements will be to run descriptive statistics. Thank you, and if you have any questions when we come to class, you can ask them.